Few hours ago, soldiers in Benin Republic announced overthrow of government in Benin Republic. Military officers in Benin claim to have taken control of the federal government. A group of soldiers announced the dissolution of the government during a live broadcast, as you have seen on Benin State TV on Sunday. The group, which labels itself the Military Committee of Refoundation, said the president and all political office holders have been effectively removed. All state institutions were also dissolved, though the announcement was made in French, and that's why I am interpreting in English. Patrick Talon, Benin Republic president, has been on the saddle since 2016 and had promised to leave office in April 2026 after the presidential election. In September 2024, Jimon, commander of the Republican Guard and head of Talon's security, was arrested following an attempted or a failed coup, just like the one of today has also failed. Benin Republic is now the latest West African country which, let's say, wanted to join the military, wanted to join the military rule. That attempted to fall under the control of military junta. Last month, military officers in Guinea-Bissau captured power after President Omaro Embalo, who was seeking re-election, and Fernando Diaz, his main opponent, both declared victory in the country's election, even though the Electoral Commission has not released official results. Today, other West African states under military rule, other West African states colonized by the French, include Burkina Faso, Guinea, Mali, and Niger. They are all under military rule. But the update we are getting after the announcement by the small faction of Benin Republic military, reads that the coup has failed. Benin attempted coup failed as loyalists regained control. A dramatic but short-lived coup attempt rattled Benin on Sunday. It went like wildfire after a faction of soldiers stormed the national television station in Cotonou, declaring the dissolution of the government and announcing a military takeover. The revolt, led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri, unfolded live on state TV before loyalist forces swiftly intervened to restore order. Truth Life News earlier reported that the mutinous soldiers appeared on air to proclaim the creation of a military committee for a foundation, with Colonel Tigri declaring himself president of the newly announced junta. The group also claimed to have overthrown President Patrick Talon, who has been in office since 2016. Authorities confirmed that President Talon was safely evacuated from the presidential palace as the situation developed. Military sources say the plotters failed to gain wider support within the armed forces, leaving the coup attempt isolated and ultimately unsuccessful. Gunfire was briefly heard around key government facilities in Cotonou, but calm returned as loyalist units regained control of the broadcasting station and surrounding areas. Several suspected coup participants have reportedly been arrested. A senior security official, speaking on condition of anonymity, described the event as a rogue operation by a small faction seeking to destabilize the state, insisting that Benin's democracy remains intact. Few hours later, the government announced that order had been fully restored, urging citizens to remain calm while investigations into the attempted takeover continue. The failed coup marks one of the most serious challenges to President Talon's administration in recent years, raising concerns about growing military unrest in a region that has witnessed a wave of coup attempts so many times. This is not the first, nor the second, or the third that Benin Republic is facing this wave of coup attempt. But the news currently is that the small faction of soldiers who want to take control of the government, who wants to force Benin Republic into military government, have all been arrested. Like so many people were claiming. In fact, it's not just an assumption, it's not just a fake news, it's an authentic news, because the state media has reported it. Yes, most of the reports are in French. The Benin Republic Minister of Interior has also reported the news. Benin Interior Minister says coup attempt by a small group of soldiers has been thwarted by the military. The government urges the population to resume their activities. So it's a fair coup, and I don't think that this military coup that is taking place in West Africa is leading anywhere. It's a new brand of corruption that these soldiers or military guys want to infiltrate West Africa. Without all of a sudden they have planned coup. There is no agenda, nothing. Everybody the PR they are doing to Burkina Faso is not even in real time. I don't know who is motivating these soldiers. Before you know it, before you wake up, you hear there is coup in this West African country. And the funny thing is that most of this coup is taking place in all these countries colonized by the French, and you begin to wonder, why is it so? What is really happening? I'm glad the coup failed. The guys, I can say, we are not prepared, and even though they were prepared, I don't support this military coup taking place in these West African countries. It's not supposed to be. Civilian rule or democratic rule is better than military rule.
Communiqué numéro 2. Le comité militaire pour la refondation CMR, réuni ce jour dimanche 7 décembre 2025 à Cotonou, a délibéré et décidé ce qu'il suit. Monsieur Patrice Talon est démis de ses fonctions de président de la République. Le lieutenant-colonel Tigri Pascal est nommé président du comité militaire de la refondation pour compter de ce jour, fait à Cotonou le 7 décembre 2025. Je vous remercie.